My name is Parker Adma, and I'm doing my film presentation on the Mise-en-Scene in The Godfather. So, what is Mise-en-Scene? Well, Mise-en-Scene is basically everything you can see within the film frame. The setting, the lighting, costumes, makeup, actor positioning, all of it. And the directors use those elements to, kind of guide the audience throughout the movie, to help them understand characters and help them understand themes. And specifically in the movie The Godfather, they use the mise-en-scene very well. It establishes the power dynamics of the movie and the emotional tones of every scene. And the first scene that I wanted to talk about, one of my favorite ones, it's the opening scene of the movie, the wedding scene when Don Corleone's daughter is getting married. It shows a contrast of worlds. To start off, the wedding scene, it takes place outside. It's very bright. It's lively. Everybody's having a good time. They're celebrating. They're dancing. And then it goes to the scenes that completely contrast that, and they take place inside in the dark, controlled office space. And this kind of just shows that separating of the dark lighting and the outside lighting. It's a big topic that the movie focuses on. It shows the difference between the family life and the dark side, the business side. And it shows that separation of just that secretive world of power that the family life doesn't even know about. And also in these scenes, Don Corleone's position where he's sat in the shadows, usually centered, it establishes this dynamic of power and authority, and it shows that he's a dominant figure. And you can see the comparison of the light outside setting at the wedding compared to the inside dark office. And like I was talking about again, so the power and positioning of this scene, it's one of my favorite parts about the movie. It completely demonstrates his power just through the props and the composition of the characters. Like I said, Don Corleone, in these scenes, he's mostly centered, almost all the time, and at some points he's elevated, but at points, people have to bow down to him or they have to step up and lean to him, basically showing submission. He doesn't have to move for them. And then these scenes also include the hand kissing of Don Corleone and the formal clothing, and it's just everything about the scene kind of establishes him as this dominant figure early in the movie. And the next scene that I wanted to talk about was the baptism scene, where Michael Corleone is at the baptism while at the same time he is orchestrating murders outside of that. And it's kind of shown just through expressions and lighting. You can see the pictures that I chose for this. You've got the actual scene of the baptism with his calm, collected face, and then on the other hand, what's going on outside of that. This only shows about 2 of the murders, but I believe he orchestrated 4 at the time. But yeah, the baptism scene is one of my favorite, using the contrasting these on scenes, just kind of show the 2 worlds at once, like I talked about with the church being calm, bright, it's very quiet, it's peaceful, it's got soft lighting and candles are lit, and then in contrast it shows the assassination scenes. They're very dark, very chaotic. There's a lot of build-up, and it kind of highlights the big theme of the movie. The contrast between the morality and the violence of the life that they live. And yeah, once again on the baptism scene, so just talking about the meaning of it and the theme. as Michael is participating in this baptism, he's also orchestrating murders. And the whole time he does this, he's doing it with this straight, collected face, this calm expression, and he's in this formal setting. But, just as the audience, just knowing that on the other hand of that, he's also orchestrating murders, it really does, it shows that contrast. And I think that this is also a big part of the movie, this scene, because it's one of those parts that makes you realize the transformation that Michael Corleone is having, going into the life that, he didn't even want to participate in the first place. But yeah, it's, once again, it's just a big scene on emphasizing that one of those main themes of the movie, the duality of the family man and the crime boss, going back and forth from that. And that sums up my presentation on how The Godfather uses mise-en-scene to emphasize the duality of man and the dynamics of power. Thank you.